Let's do it. All right, I thought I'd jump on here and explain the new product, Get Pumped. What is it? Well, it's an updated form of Ecdy Boost. So instead of Ecdy Boost, you can now buy Get Pumped. It's more powerful, more potent, it absorbs better sublingually and buccally, and it's just overall a better product. Now, why the name change? I'm going to be doing some real advertising, not just on YouTube, but also on the corn sites, the hamster, the tubes, if you know what I'm saying. And on those sites, I need to be able to explain what it does very simply and quickly. And in addition to getting pumped, you also get pumped. So, hence a simple, easy to understand name that explains the immediate effects of the product. So, with that out of the way, it's Ecdy Boost, improved, easier for the newbies to understand. That's it. All right, let's talk improvements. What's changed from the older Ecdy Boost formula, even the most updated one, to Get Pumped? Basically, the main thing is we've added slightly more plant sterones, and I'll explain why in a moment. We've changed the carrier from a mix of distilled water and vegetable glycerin to just pure vegetable glycerin. And this may not sound like a big change, but by fiddling around with Viking Gains recently, I tried it with that and I noticed that the potency seemed to increase by feel. Now, this is just my anecdotal experiences, but it seemed to increase about 20%, which is a lot when it's already a potent product. So I was very happy with that, and I thought it was worth it to go ahead and change the whole carrier to vegetable glycerin. So those are the improvements we've made. Now, let me explain more about why I've added slightly more plant sterones. Now, here's Get Pumped, and on here we can see, wish I could zoom in a little more, but we have 75 milligrams total plant sterones. Now, let me be clear on this. This is not just ecdysterone. Ecdysterone accounts for about 50% of the total plant sterones in the mix. No concentrate product like mine, HTLTs, any of them, none of them come with pure ecdysterone. Well, I should take that back. There's some that come slightly close. There's science.bio, which is kind of a research type site. And then, no, that's it. No, that's it. Science.bio is the only one that carries an actual HPLC tested 95% concentrate. I've made an injectable of theirs, and I've made an injectable of the blend, and the blend does seem to be more potent. No plant sterile product like mine or HTLTs or any of the other ones contain pure just ecdysterone or pure just turkesterone. In nature, these plant steriles occur together, and oftentimes what it'll be is a 30% this, 30% that, a mix of the rest. And I'll show you on HTLTs, just as an example. Now, this is their supplement facts for their product, ecdysteroids. In 2 capsules, this is what we're going to compare with, because that matches up pretty well with 1 serving of Get Pumped, milligram per milligram. They've got 30 milligrams of turkesterone, 30 milligrams of ecdysterone. It's a different name for it, but it's just ecdysterone. And then 12 milligrams of the other minor ecdysterones. And what that means is there's alpha ecdysterone, there's turkesterone, there's beta ecdysterone, etc., right? So there's lots of different ones. I've got written here 75 milligrams total plant sterones. Ecdysterone, turkesterone, alpha ecdysterone, etc. I thought it was time to finally explain to people that's just how they appear. Now, to be fair, to be clear, I have less overall turkesterone in my mix proportionally than HTLT. But I apologize, I don't seem to be able to find my reference on my strength potency percentage between turkesterone and ecdysterone. There have been studies on that. I swear I've seen it, and I remember the statistic being 11%. In other words, turkesterone milligram per milligram is 11% more potent for protein synthesis, if I remember correctly, than ecdysterone. I'd rather you not take my word for it, but I can't seem to find the reference right now. If anybody out there comes across that or something that's a lead that direction, please let me know. I swear I've read that. And I thought I saved it, but here we are. But assuming that that's the difference, and I don't seem to be able to find any other conflicting actual data. I see opinions, I see these if you go to a supplement website, they're going to say this is stronger and this, and then where's your references? Well, I'm in the same boat right now, but there's also no references to show that it's vastly stronger. It's just slightly stronger, and if I remember correctly, 11%. So what that means is if you have 10 milligrams of turkesterone, that's going to equal 11 milligrams of ecdystrone, 1 milligram difference for every 10 milligrams. So if you had 100 milligrams, it's 110, 111, it's not a big difference. But that's why I went ahead and upped the total milligrams of sterones, because what I would like to do is match milligram per milligram potency across the board with a main competitor. Now, this is a very good turkesterone product, but I want to explain something. No turkesterone comes without ecdysterone. No ecdysterone comes without turkesterone. It's all found together. And they actually break it down pretty well on HTLTs. Theirs has 30 milligrams of turkesterone, 30 milligrams of ecdysterone. That's what this is. Hydroxyecdazone is ecdysterone, beta-ecdysterone. And then the other minor ecdysterones represent the other 12 milligrams. The way that mine is broken down is a little different. It's about 50% ecdysterone, and then everything else is mixed together for the other 50%. You're going to get a few milligrams of turkesterone, a few milligrams of these others, and there's actually some that are between the potency of turkesterone and ecdysterone, so it's like 5% stronger than ecdysterone, 3% less than there's all this variety in there. So I've tried to offset that by a few milligrams to match that, because when it breaks down at 11% and it's only 40% of the mix, you're talking 4 or 5%, whoop-de-doo. Now, that said, they've got more sodium caprate and more black pepper extract, but ours is a sublingual, which gives way better absorption. And ours is complexed in HPBCD, which is another, absorption enhancer. So, tit for tat, I think ours is quite a bit stronger, just given the sublingual delivery. I would suspect that we're looking at about 10 to 15% potency for HTLTs as far as what gets absorbed, the bioavailability. How sublingual delivery works, we're talking somewhere between 25 at the very low end percent up to about 40-45% at the high end of what may get absorbed through the sublingual and buccal routes. That said, we also have 30% more in our sample size. Our sample size has 30 servings. And you see this here? 20 servings. See, like I said, 72 milligrams. There we go, 75 milligrams. We've got 30 servings in ours for $5 plus shipping, which is $3.99. And theirs is $69.99 for less servings, for 20 servings. Okay. Is it a good product? Yes. Do I feel that ours is better? Absolutely. I feel that it's superior absorption. I feel that it's superior strength. I feel that it's superior in value by far. Even after you pay the shipping on ours, it's still a lot better deal. Now, let's get to that. I just did an ad where I'm offering the sample size. This is what you get. It comes like this. This is just a vacuum sealed bag. And it's this little, let's just open it up. Take a look. You think, well, how are you going to ship that through the mail without spilling? It's in a liquid form. Trust me. Oop, I lost my dropper, but other than that, product's safe. So here's how it works. You just open it up. Boop. The bottom of the bag spreads open for a base. You just open it up. Stick your dropper in. There you go. There's a serving. Simple as that. Now, is that as nice a packaging as you're going to get with a full bottle? No. That's how we're able to do it. Put together a little cheaper shipping, a little less packaging hassle and expense, and get you a sample order. Spilling it all over the place. This is my full-size bottle, which I spill all over all the time. This is $30 shipped, essentially. This is $9 shipped. It's just to get your foot in the door. Now, I put out the ad and somebody ordered, and God bless you, this is just fine. But they ordered 3 samples, which turned out to be the shipping didn't work out. So I went ahead and gave them the deal, but moving forward, I got to cover my expenses. So if you want a full bottle, order a full bottle, because I've adjusted the shipping to where it's not a bargain if you're ordering multiples of the sample pack. The sample pack is for samples. So if you got a few friends, you guys all want to try it, and you want your individual samples, hit me up. I will set you up a bargain. I promise you, I'll make it work for you. But you're not going to get that for like 12, 15, 18 bucks for a whole bottle worth. It's just not going to happen. I can't afford to do it. But anyway, there's the new sample pack. It's got 30 servings in it, 10 full days worth, or several double doses if you want to try it that way, pre-bedroom or pre-workout. However you want to use it. It's a good way to get your foot in the door and test a very potent sublingual ecdysterone product. It is spicy. You can always add a little bit of extra flavoring to it if you want to. No big harm. I use the little squirt stuff like little squeezers when I want to juice mine up with a little more sweetness. No problem.